Can we tell women's stories? We interview women from all over the world and all walks of life because it's easier to be what you can see. We are here with She Can to build up the largest online library of women role models to really show what is possible and to provide a role model for all the girls and women in the world. I'm very excited to talk to Jandara Almeida today. Jandara, it is so lovely to talk to you. You're a Brazilian entrepreneur living in the UK. You're the founder of Femina, which is a socially minded female first brand producing luxurious silk scarves and other accessories. And every step of your production is a process providing opportunity to underprivileged women around the world. From the production to the design to the prints of the label, women from different parts of the world are involved and get a chance at being employed and producing beautiful things. So you have a unique DNA with your all-female team around the world. Tell us more about you by Femina and how this came about.
Oh, thank you so much. Yes, so I came up with the idea about to starting by Femina after I became a mother. I was on my maternity leave. Here in the UK, we are quite privileged that we do have quite a long maternity leave that we can spend with our kids. So in that moment, I have been reflecting a lot, and I came across to a lot of purpose and a lot of really good causes that really spoke to my heart. And one of them were women that were not so privileged across the globe and really go through a lot in their lives, different type of abuses or difficult lives in general. From that, I have been working for over 10 years in the fashion industry, and I really wanted to use that experience to do something different and something that was more meaningful for me. Then I decided that I wanted to develop a brand where it could be a one-stop shop or like a community for women across the globe that could showcase their talent. Of course, using my strength, I did go into fashion. So I was thinking about those amazing artists that we have across the world, those techniques, what they really created with their own hands, like with their imagination. And I was thinking, how can I bring that into the fashion scene, into actually making the difference where they can be seen by the world, by labels, by people. And I also wanted to work with communities where how can I help so many women across the world? They're looking for a purpose. They're looking for a new way of providing for their family. So like my questions were, how can I really combine all of that? So yeah, I came up with the idea. Scarves was one of the first products that I decided to develop just because of a passion of mine, and also the simplicity, technically, like the simplicity of the operational system that could have happened. So yes, and then I start by Femina, which I'm now excited to share a little bit more with you and share the next steps and all of our ups and downs and how we are getting nowadays.
Jandara, thank you for that. I know that you are a scarf aficionado. You've always loved scarves. Right? So it was a
Exactly.
natural step for you to want to launch with something that you loved since you were a teenager. Tell us a bit more about your journey, Jandara. You worked in the fashion
Yeah.
industry, and I know you had so many different jobs. So you have seen that world in so many different capacities.
Yes. So throughout my career, I have worked in different places. So from Brazil, São Paulo to Milan to London, with really big brands, well-known brands, and smaller brands. And I have done a little bit of a 360 all over the industry. So I started my career with fashion events and PR. I went through merchandising, buying, consultancy, helping companies, smaller companies and bigger companies, and structure their creative side, recruitment. So I really have done a little bit of everything. And one of my passions is the production side, where the product is actually created and how it goes from an idea to actually being worn by a consumer. So, bearing in mind this passion, I have had my labels, my own labels in the past. And of course, with moving countries and trying to keep that running was very difficult for me. And was one of the things that I had in mind when I was coming up with the idea about by Femina. And I was like, oh, I had a moment in my life that I just remember. I was like, well, I'm looking for a product and I love scarves. I have a big collection of scarves. I'm that type of person that I love traveling around the globe. And one of the things that I do is I collect scarves from everywhere that I have been to. So from that passion was an easy solve when I just clicked. I was like, our first product is going to be scarf. It's beautiful. It's something that we can really elevate, or can be an outfit, can elevate any woman's wardrobe. And yeah, then all of these passions, all of those ideas came. And scarf is our first product that I'm launching the brand with.
Jandara, so tell us a little bit more about the complexities of the business. You work with women in different parts of the world. They design it, they produce the labels. It's quite something to bring it all together. Tell us a bit more about that.
It is, has been an interesting challenging. So I work from three different pillars in my brand. Okay, so the first of all is the artist. So the idea is to partner with different female artists across the globe. The first artist that we chose to start our business was from an artist from Brazil, in Rio. Our second artist, the production that we have now on the made, is from Thailand. So we are really looking through across the globe. That artist, how we choose that artist, is either an introduction, or they get in touch with us, or we get in touch with them. And to start, everything is all about, what do you do? Why do you do that? What are your values? What do you want to bring? What do you want to express? And what is the importance of what you do to you? Then from that, we really see if our values are aligned, what they want to bring to the world, what is their passion. And from that, how we work is we have a first meeting where the basic, I basically don't give any briefing to them. The first step is, I want you to show the world how you want to be seen. So of course I have some pretty kind of like basic script that I need them to follow. Just how many prints do we need, how many color variations, and the size of the scarves. But from that is an empty canvas. I just want you to express yourself. And this has been really, really amazing, the response, because especially any artist out there, and I know because I have been working with brands, a lot of things that we do see is not really their creativity, is not their voice, is more the brand's voice. And they're so grateful when you really give them a space to express themselves. So that is the first part. The second part, we work with two different charities and two different communities, one in Brazil and one here in the UK, more to the north next to Scotland. And those two communities, they really base themselves into getting women that has been through abusive relationships back into the workforce, or back into a purpose, okay? Because statistically, they do say that can take 7 to 8 attempts to a woman to actually leave an abusive relationship, especially if you have kids involved, and that could be from different reasons. Financially is a big part of it. So those small communities, I work directly with the founder, where they really help and support this woman emotionally, mentally, but also helping them with a new skills to either give them a purpose, but also bring the income that they need to support themselves and the family. All these scarves are handmade, so are they hand rolled. So it's the same finish. I like bigger, like really big top brands, luxury brands that we have in fashion. They all take 2 to 3 hours to be made. It's something that we do need to take in consideration. We want a really good finishing, really love. It's a lot of love put into that scarf and a lot of time. And our last pillar where we are supporting this community is we work with a charity where a percentage of all the sales is donated, and it's for the same cause as women that has gone through abuse. And this money is used in a lot of different ways. But the majority of this money where we chose to focus is to support, to actually have like a home for those women when they came out of those relationships.
Jandara, I'm so impressed because it's really a heart-centered luxury brand, but luxury not just in the sense of luxury feel, but it's luxurious because it's made by hand by women who get another chance. And there is so much love. And this circle that you created is a magical circle. So tell us a little bit more about what the qualities you think you have that really serve you every day in keeping these incredibly important ideals and characteristics of your brand that are not necessarily, or still in this day and age, people think this is not commercial, right? And you put your you put your heart in and you say, no, we can do it like this. And I'm so grateful for you for showing that.
So I think there are a few things, but the biggest one is my stubbornness, for sure. I don't like to hear no that often, so which can play both ways. But I think in this case, it's working wonders. I really decide. I have had meetings with different consultants, different approach, different brands, where I heard both ends of the spectrum, right? Like how amazing the idea is and how we can not support that. So but I think my stubbornness and really deciding to go forwards, to move forwards because of having a purpose, I think is a really good quality that I'm bringing to the business in a personal level. Now, on a professional level as well, I think, of course, having that knowledge of the industry and the contact in that industry has helped me a lot. Even from when I was looking for suppliers for the brand, because like you said, it's a luxury brand. I really need to know where my products coming from, where my silks coming from, how are they being grown and delivered, and also pass that message throughout every single step of the way. So the knowledge of the industry and all the work that I have done in the past is for sure a strength that is helping me right now.
Jandara, so what are the sort of challenges that you face with this business at the moment, and how are you overcoming them?
Okay, so challenge for sure. So of course, it's kind of a global operation in the sense of we do deal with different countries, different providers. So logistically is always something that we are learning because there are things that are under our control, some things are not. One big thing is like we need to always keep in mind we are working with people. Another big thing is, of course, we always need to keep in mind that we are working with people and we are working with those women that have gone through a lot and have a lot going on in their lives right now, and they might be in different stage in that recovery. So all of the steps of the production needs to be really well thought and considered and time efficient in a way that the people comes before product. That is another challenge. But as well, the fashion industry is evolving a lot into a more sustainable, mindful way of consuming and producing fashion and garments. But we still see that some brands are still not completely embracing that kind of philosophy.
I think most brands actually don't do that, right?
Yes, I think it goes through layers, right? And I think every change on any industry, that you have layers and you have times and you have actually the adaptation period. And I do see like fashion, we are evolved into the talk and the consciousness is there for a very long time, but the actual implementation and the steps forwards to actually doing is we are still crawling. We are not walking yet. So that has been a challenge, because when you speak with brands and people and buyers, the idea of the brand and what we are doing I have been having like amazing responses, and
Yeah.
people really impressed, really wanting to support that cause in different levels. But when it comes to then, of course, our product is not a cheap product. There is a lot put into it. There's a lot of causes. So when it comes sometimes with commerciality and the price competition, sometimes it's quite easily forgotten what else we are bringing to the table.
Yeah. I mean, you are real storytellers with a product. Jandara, so what are your successes and what are you most proud of?
The most proud of, there are some different answers. On a personal level, I'm most proud of my daughter. Being a mom has been as an amazing journey. She's just 4 years old, but it's beautiful to see the little girl that she's growing up to be. Professionally, I'm most proud of the impact that we are being able to make already in such early stages. Really having that call when a payment is done to those seamstresses, and they request to have a call with you via WhatsApp, and they're literally in tears because they cannot believe that that they are actually able to provide for their family and start that independence is beautiful.
Yeah, that's
And
amazing.
if we can make that little impact right now, where we are literally in our first steps, like really fills me with hope and that really good feeling of how much more we'll be able to provide.
Definitely. So give us some top tips, Jandara. What top tips would you have for another woman or another girl who has a big vision like you have? And how do you execute that? How did you start and think and be bold enough to think, yeah, I can pull this off?
I think first find something that really speaks with you, right? That you can really resonate and fight for, because it's easier to pick yourself up from something that you believe, if it's something that you believe, than if it's something that you're not too sure about it. So yeah, find something that you truly believe that you can fight for. And I think what is helping me, surround yourself with really powerful people that really believes in you. And by powerful, I mean people that actually believes, have the same values as you. So those people are really someone that you want to have by your side. Choose an industry or anything that you have some knowledge in. I think that really helps you. Play with your strengths. If you're good in like whatever you are good at, play with your strengths. And I think what is helping me a lot, they say life is 90% showing up, right? So just show up for what you believe and give a step at a time and things will happen.
Yeah, I like that. Jandara, so what are the plans and goals for you and for your brand? What is happening in the next couple of years?
So right now our plan and goal, so we want to expand. So what we want is this brand to be out there and everybody to know about it, so we can actually make an impact. But if you will break down as steps, we are looking forwards now. We are participating on different buyers and exhibitions. So Pure London, we are attending this July. We are starting expanding our show in Cannes and different places in the United States. We are looking for buyers across the globe that wants to support us and wants to sell our product in their shop. We are trying to do a really big market campaign. So we are looking for people that could resonate with this cause and can help us with marketing to actually put the word out there. And of course, we are now looking as well how we can expand our product range, because we start with scarves, and of course, the scarves will always be the core of our brand. But the idea for the next 2 years is expanding. We want to expand to apparel. We had some conversations about migrating to homeware as well. Every place that we can really resonate with art and that feminine touch.
Amazing, Jandara. Thank you so much for delighting us with your beautiful story and the beautiful story of your brand by Femina.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time.